So it's about 11:30 the next day. Ran into town, picked up food supplies and a couple other little tools and coffee, and got a shower. Um, and it rained all last night from like 9:30 till, well, it's still raining just a little bit now. And like I said, it's about 11:30. Mid 30s, so pretty chilly, but not too cold to work. The warmer I get, the more I work, so gonna get to work on this woodshed here. Everything's pretty well sized up. I got some pavers, so I'm gonna put those at the posts, 6 of them, and get everything leveled on the platform, and then we'll go from there. So I'll probably just post some pictures of progress. So that's the basic base. Probably going to move the whole thing to the left a little bit. It's going to be tucked into that tree, but we'll need room to be able to pass between the cabin and this woodshed. So that is going to take some leveling. So get out the shovel and periodically check the levels. Yeah, so that's up next. Okay, so we've got the base there. Got 6 pavers in. I just got to move these inwards a little. Other than that, a square on that one, or level, I mean, level here. Level there. Level here. Could go a little bit lower on the right, maybe. So now I'll put in some 2x4s in here to give some more structure to the bottom. So the platform's getting there. Everything's still level. It's great. Everything's spaced out perfectly. So now we'll start putting the planks across the length of it. Alright, so the floor is pretty much done. The directions were wrong on how many 2x4s I need for the base. It said 11, but I need 13. So those 2 laying there I need for another part of the project. So I think I'm just going to leave the floor open right there for now, so I don't have to run into town this minute. And I'm going to start building it upwards now. It went pretty well. Everything's still square, so progress. All right, got these main posts up. Now I got to put them on the outside as well. I don't have a good way to cut angles, so as far as the tops go, I'm gonna wait till everything's up and then come through with a sawzall or a little jigsaw and clip off the ends on the top. Now all posts are up. These, the corners, they're all squared up, leveled up, and on to bracing them on their tops. Alright, a little more progress. Got these tops on. Now I got to get the diagonal taken care of on both of them. So those outside ones took a little longer than expected just because of the angle stuff. They're pretty good though, and everything is level. There's a little bit of wiggle room, but it's fine. So on to the next thing. All right, now we got the Roof braces on. Sun is starting to set, but I'm making good progress, so I think I'm going to put the walls on. Got the sides all in, except that top one on the left. I gotta cut a little bit off of that. Yeah, about ready for the roof. Putting these slats in all along the outside was pretty easy because it calls for a 1-inch gap. So, and those are 1x6s all on the outside. So I was able to just set a piece of wood the narrow way and slowly make my way up using that as the 1-inch gap. So yeah, all in all, it looks pretty good. It's coming on 7 o'clock right now, and I don't know, I'm feeling good. It's about 40 degrees, so I'm just gonna keep going with this. Okay, so it's about 7:30. Got the roof on. All that's finished up. So there's two 48 by 30 pieces in the middle. 30 going up and down, 48 width. And then on each outside, those are 30 by 30s. And that's going to give us, turn this off, give us about 4-inch overhang. On front, rear, and sides. So it's supposed to get down to 28 is the low for tonight. So got some fuel ready to go here. It's around 8 o'clock, 8:30 right now. There's more wood outside. I might need more than that, especially if I wake up in the middle of the night to get it going again. But for now, got the damper open, the new damper. So it's definitely breathing. This size stuff burns really well. It's been seasoned for a while too. Cedar. It's really good mid-size stuff. Let that take off here. I'm going to try to close the damper a little bit, see how it affects it. Right about here seems good. So yeah, it's a good little fire. This will help out a lot tonight. Probably do a little bit of reading. Have to finish up the shed, the firewood shed tomorrow. Pick up a few more pieces and some roofing nails. But until then, I'm just gonna enjoy this fire and maybe turn in a little early tonight. So I got all the plans for getting going on the outhouse tomorrow. Looks like I'm going to be doing 2 loads with the car. One will be the majority of the outside of the outhouse. The second will be some fill-ins on the side, and then also the internal frame for the actual seat and the door. So do that tomorrow. Outside it's well, last I looked it was 35 degrees. And here we got the Woodburner going. It's been crackling, popping. I gotta check it every 20 minutes or so to stir things up. But the temp in here is almost 60. It's about 57, 58. So it's feeling fine. I'll have to put enough in there so I won't have to get up too much in the middle of the night. It's supposed to be the coldest around 2 or 3 through 5, and it's about midnight right now. So anyway, I'll probably catch up with you guys tomorrow. Alright, so just got back from Home Depot and we got a load of stuff. Roofing nails, some extension cords, got some plywood cut up, got a few pavers for the outhouse, shingles, more shingles for the woodshed, and yeah, so this is enough to get us started on the outhouse. Everything but the siding and the roof, basically. So I'll have to make one more run today or tomorrow for that. But otherwise, looking good. And I'm going to try and finish up try and learn shingling here right now so I can finish up the woodshed. So here's all the lumber for the main structure of the outhouse. have to make one more run for the roof and basically the siding, which is going to be very similar to that, pretty much the same stuff, that pine that was used on the woodshed over there. That same style, except there'll be obviously no gaps for the outhouse. So all the wood for the structure, the main frame of the outhouse, has all been cut up, and it's all sized up and next to each other. If anything, I went a little long on a couple pieces, but tried not to go short. So there's a little bit of wiggle room here, but now I'm going to get going on leveling the base. Got the lower structure all set, screwed together. I got to re-hit this corner here because it's a little too far inside by just a little bit, but other than that, that's good to go. After that, I'm gonna bring that whole frame upwards and double check the level on everything, and then dig a little hole. Alright, that took a little while, but it's all level and square now, and time to start building it up. So we aren't 100% sure if we were going to go with a bucket system or a little pit, but I just made sure that a bucket would fit in there, so that way we could actually get at it that way and have hinges on the width of the toilet seat area, so you can pull it up and get rid of it if need be. On to the next thing. Okay, so we got 2x4s, the base all down. Might make another row of screws in the center there, but for now this is good. A lot of the wood did split, so it's kind of tricky getting everything lined up, but it's pretty airtight. So we got the top braces on, so the thing does stand now. I have the back attached to the platform. I gotta attach these front ones, and then fill in along the sides with the 2x2s. So getting there. The structure is getting there. I've got all the main frame up now. This pile of 1x6 is going to go on the back, up and down, and we'll hit the sides tomorrow. Okay, so now I have the rear panels, the rear wall up. Looks pretty good. There is about a 1/2 inch gap at the top, which I don't think there's supposed to be, but I'm actually going to leave that for now. It might help for airflow. It'll be plenty covered by the roof, so pretty airtight. A couple of them have maybe a 1/16 of an inch but here and there, but pretty good. Pretty good. Coming down on these, I'll probably put up the wall supports yet tonight at diagonals, but the other walls tomorrow will be a little bit more challenging because the top of each one of them is going to be at an angle. So, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Let's see here. So now I have the internal frame of the toilet area completed. Those are all 2x2s. I would recommend a little diversion in the directions for the my outdoor plans that I linked here for this. I would say hold off on this 1x6 for later, so that you can better get at these 221s and drill from behind and in that way. It's just a little more easily accessible, the whole area. There's no need in having this stuff up first. It actually calls for having all 3 sides in, but after getting just that side in and thinking about approaching this, it made sense just to get at it right now, so being a little more open and whatnot. So yeah, it's coming along really well. Might put some plywood in those areas tonight yet, or at least size it up. Like I said, the outside walls and the door and hinge and whatnot, we'll have to wait for tomorrow for sure. And also the roof, I'm gonna need a few supplies to finish that off, but it's looking great. Good morning. So it's Wednesday morning now, day number 4 of being here, and I made some pretty good progress last night on the outhouse. Right now the temp is 45 or 35, I mean, so a little chilly out. 8 a.m. but I wanted to get a jump on the day because the sun is starting to set around 5 already lately, so I'll show you what I got going on so far. So I'm gonna finish up this woodshed first thing. All that it really needs is shingles. I gotta attach a couple 2x4s to that, and I may or may not add that 1x6 in there. It almost looks kind of neat being flush with this other one being empty, but we'll see. Here's the mock-up of the outhouse so far. The door is almost done. I need a bottom 1x4 on it and then 2 diagonal pieces, and then that'll be ready. The roof is going to be a little tricky, but we'll get that too. In the meantime, take a guess what I have going. First thing for the day, got coffee. That's no surprise. Make sure it's cranked up here. Yep. So we'll get going here, try and stay warm. Also going to build a small platform right here in between these trees instead of this 2x4. Make a little stand to set a water jug on, and then probably have it 2-tiered, so the lower level the jug will sit on, and then a little bit higher of a level for things like mugs or toothbrushes, little washcloths, stuff like that, and hand sanitizer. We've always kind of had the wash station here. I don't know if it's the best spot, but it seems to work just fine right there. So it's close enough to the house, but just far enough that the water doesn't affect the house itself. as far as the footings or anything like that. So yeah, those are the projects coming. Alright, so I got the drip edge here installed all the way across, and like I said, this is my first shingling job ever, so I'm kind of back and forth on my phone looking up stuff. They say this first row of shingles, which I cut off the tabs already, should go 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch over the drip edge, so we're looking pretty good there. And start nailing that down and then go up from there. I'm gonna hold off on any drip edge on the ends. I'll probably have to pick one more up for the rear, but I can get a lot of work done with what I have here right now, so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I'm about halfway done with shingling. First time doing this, the edges are the hardest because you gotta stagger everything. What I'm finding is using my knife there and coming at the edges from back here and scoring it until it comes through is the best way to square those off. But yeah, it's coming along. I think I'll have enough shingles. I just opened up the second package, so. Just officially finished the woodshed. All the shingles are up and flooring is fully installed now. I was able to wedge, the directions called for 1/2, basically 1 inch filled, but I was able to wedge 2 of them in there using a sledgehammer, so it's super airtight, and yeah, should do the trick. Pretty nice. Okay, so the outhouse is really starting to take form. I've got all except the very front ones on the side, for the siding, I mean. It's a little bit of gaps here and there in between a couple of them, but nothing too major. So I just got to pick up 2 more pieces for these and figure out the roof exactly and add some hinges to the top part of that. That's going to be out of 1x6s. Yeah, coming along. Hey there. What are you guys up to? No good? What are you guys doing? So the inside is pretty well done now. I may or may not put hinges on the outside, or not hinges, but handles to assist in lifting that when it needs servicing. Yeah, the directions don't call for this being removable. It calls for drilling all these to the outside underneath supporting beams, but I think it's makes sense to have it accessible in case you need to get under there for whatever reason. So that's what I'm going with. Next up, work on this roof a little bit, and then the door.